Neighbors All Stars. This is your commish, Cockroach Killer, and I'm doing my Halloween version of the weekly recap. Well, Matty Jolly already saw this in the other league, so I'm just doing a little something different, man. Y'all just bear with me on this one because I'm not switching the screen out, so y'all just gonna have to look at this foolishness for about 8 to 9 minutes. Let me start off with the first matchup. Well, first of all, let me say one thing. Let me say one thing to Mr. Nick Louisi. Nick, you started it, and I told you every week I'm gonna point out how good the big boy division did against the Pee Wee division, because you did say that our division was such an easy division to be in, and and I put myself in there because I knew it was gonna be an easy road, and so I couldn't wait for week 6 where the division got to play each other. Last week was the first week, and the big boy division, they laid down. They laid down. Big boy division, out of 6 matchups, only won 2 compared to the Pee Wee's 4. This week, you did even worse. Big boy division won 1 matchup to the Pee Wee's division 5 out of 6. So far that little theory about the big boy division isn't working out too well. Anywho, let's move on to the first matchup. First matchup is Been There, Rape That versus the Cockroach Killer. That's me. Cockroach Killer had a guy named Drew Breezy who for the 4th time this year, 5th time actually in 7 weeks. No, 4th time because he did have a bye week. For the 4th time in 6 games, put up over 30 points, 36 points for Drew Brees. Jaquiz Rogers gave me 20, and Mike Evans 29, Delaney 21, and the Cardinals defense gave me 21. On the other side for Been There, Rape That, Mariota with 22, Murray with 23, and Antonio with 20. Your Packers also gave you 24, but you had 5 guys with single digits. And 5 guys with single digits equals L. L to Been There, Rape That. L to the big boy division. 3 and 4 goes Been There, Rape That, and Cockroach Killer improves to 6-1. Next matchup, we got Cafe Con Leche versus Donkey Punchers. And the Donkey Punchers, this is another victory for the Pee Wee League. He scored 142 to Cafe Con Leche's 113. Donkey Punchers had Aaron Rodgers with 34 and Crabtree with 23. And the Broncos defense gave him 23. But he had a guy with 0 points, which is Niall Davis. Kendall Wright only gave him 3, and Fuller gave him 6. But it was more than enough to pull out the victory this week against Cafe Con Leche. Danny and Matty, y'all my boys. Y'all know I love you, man, but y'all just did not show up this week. This was probably the shittiest week I ever seen you guys have. I mean, if I could take up both of y'all individually, and I just never seen a team that y'all guys played on do this bad, or put together do this bad. Y'all had 6 people with single digits, and 1 had 10. Your highest score was 27, and that just wasn't good at all. So you dropped the 4-3 Cafe Con Leche, and Donkey Punchers, another victory for the Pee Wee Leagues, improved to 4-3. Next matchup, we got Team Nice versus Big Time, and Big Time got him a big time victory for the Pee Wee League. This was a 42-point victory, and Team Nice had actually nobody. Oh man, nobody to score over 20 points. And actually, believe it or not, Team Nice had the perfect lineup. He set a perfect lineup, but he just had a bunch of injured guys, and they were on the bench. So I guess when this team gets healthy, they'll be a little better. But yeah, man, nobody over 20 points. And Big Time, you had David Johnson with 28, Randall Cobb and Ty Montgomery, the Green Bay Connection, with 30 and 24, and Janikowski, your kicker, gave you 21. So, anyways, big time you improved to 3 and 4. Team Nice, you dropped to 2 and 5. Another victory for the Pee Wee division. Next matchup, we got Royal Oak versus Century Legends. And Royal Oak, you know what? I know he set his lineup because I know he plays the game. He didn't just forget to set his lineup. It's just that his guys. I mean, this is the worst. I mean, I seen scores like this from people in leagues who just don't care. This looked like one of Pedro Century Legends. Remember last year when he wasn't setting his lineup because he didn't care no more, and he had people on bye weeks. And this was one of his type of scores, man. 78 points. Your high score was 22, and that was the only person in double digits other than Matt Ryan 17 and Emmanuel Sanders 12. You had 2, 4, 6, 7 people with single digits. On the other side for Century Legends, Andy Dalton had 29, Mike Wallace 24, T.Y. Hilton 28. 150 points to 78. The biggest victory as far as deficit of the week. I mean, as far as differential in the week. Royal Oak, you dropped to 2 and 5. Century Legends, you improved to 3 and 4, giving the Pee Wee division another victory for the week. Next matchup, we got Dom versus Twat Waffles. And Twat Waffles, you came out swinging, man. You had a pretty good score, 149 points. Stafford gave you 22. AJ Green, 34. That catch in the end zone, that Hail Mary was crazy, man. Lambo gave you 20, and the Vikings defense gave you 21. You also got 18 from Cooks. But on the other side, you had the powerhouse Dom, who scored 198. Congratulations, highest score of the week. Andrew Luck gave him 38. Jay Ajayi, second straight 200-yard game, gave him 34. He had Le'Veon with 26. And the Seahawks defense gave him 21. So, Dom, you improved to 4 and 3. Mr. Twat Waffle, you dropped to 3 and 4, and that's another victory for the Pee Wee division. Last matchup, we got Hillary Clinton Dix versus LLX2. And what I've learned is Hillary Clinton Dix had no respect for his elders. He just kicked his dad's ass the other week. Now he kicked his uncle's ass. Why don't you just pick on somebody a little younger, man? You're just picking on all the old guys, man. That's messed up, Nick. That's messed up. Anyways, 169 to 140. Finally a victory for the Big Boy League. Last matchup of the week. Nick, he salvages his reputation by winning, and for the Big Boy League. And Julio Jones was a big part of that with 30, and Michael Thomas gave you 25. But the Eagles, 44 points. That was crazy, man. That was just crazy. Defensive touchdown, interception, 3 fumble recoveries, 6 sacks. Yeah, that was nuts. On the other side for LLX2, it wasn't a bad score. 140 is not bad at all. Tom Brady gave you 24. Melvin Gordon 37. But that was it for the 20-plus crew. And guys like Terrence West only gave you 1, and Humphreys gave you 3. The tight end gave you 5. So you dropped to 4 and 3, and Hillary Clinton Dix, you improved to 4 and 3. So there it is, 5-1 for the Pee Wee division this week. Hey, Thursday night football will be the Tennessee Titans versus Jacksonville Jaguars. So if you got somebody playing from Tennessee or from Jacksonville, make sure you set your lineup, lock them in by Wednesday night, probably early Thursday, so you don't forget before game time. Good luck to everybody except for who's ever playing the Cockroach Killers, because luck ain't going to help you. Because if you're playing me, you a cockroach, and I kill cockroaches. So I'm out, man. I'll see y'all next week.